Hmm. Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from, right? Any of you guys able to hear me and see my video? Hey Joel, nice to see you. Oh, from London. London's a 8 p.m. Is it 8 p.m. now? I can't remember the exact time. Yeah, Milu, nice to see you. Nick, Leo, my usual guys, right? Nice to see you guys here. All right. I'm all right. I'm all right. A little bit tired, but all right. This weekend was a little bit crazy with my kid. Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. Oh, 9 p.m. All right, all right. Paul is also from London. Paul and Joel, right? You guys should meet up or something. Solomon, nice. Yeah. Nice to hear from you. Okay, it's loud and clear. Cool, cool. You'll say, good evening, Berlin. All right, Tariq. I will be in London. I'll be in London. I'll be in UK. All right, rather. From I think September 6th to September 17th. All right. I'll be swinging by London. I'll be swinging by Manchester. All right, to catch the match on September 16th. Right. Manchester United versus Brighton. So you got tickets, right? One thing on my bucket list to do, right? Hey, Supergirl, thanks for tuning in. All right, okay, Cedric from Netherlands, good stuff, man. South Africa, thank you. Nice to know where you guys are tuning in from, right? So it seems like we got quite a number of you guys from Europe and UK, right? No worries, Paul, right? My time is not my time when I'm in London, right? I need to seek for permission from my wife if I'm allowed to go anywhere. So, so yeah, I can expect to be. But if you have tips on places I should check out from a local's kind of perspective, let me know, right? You know, not so much of the touristy stuff, right? But if there's stuff that the locals know is good stuff, right? Let me know, right? I'll definitely want to check it out. All the stuff that I can get out on TripAdvisor and stuff. So it's probably quite touristy, right? Dorset, okay. I'll check out Dorset, right? I don't know what's Dorset, but I'll check it out. All right, yeah, it'd be pretty fun. Oh, Kenya, Kenya a bit tough. Not going to travel to Kenya so soon, right? Oh, Nick, no worries. Oh, you mean the trading room? Paul, are you referring to the trading room? Um, yeah, Paul, I think I I actually like farmhouses, right? My kid likes the places where the animals and stuff, or kid-friendly places, right? Oh, Nick, right. Sorry, I've been neglecting that trading room. As in, like, the administrative part. So I'll check it out. But the plus side is I might be launching one for the Forest Army in the meantime, right? Just so that we have a nicer place to gather while waiting for the while waiting for the sorry, I just lost my train of thoughts for the trading room. All right. Mm. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. All right, nice to see that there's a lot of you guys near each other, right? Today's session, right? Yeah, Nick, I will get to it. I will put it on my to-do list, right? You know, write it down on my to-do list. I keep forgetting. Um, I'll keep forgetting, right? So I'll write down my to-do list as a list of things that yeah. Like, if not, I'll keep forgetting it, right? It's too many things running around. Uh, okay, cool, cool, good stuff. Pev, yeah, I will be in London. I will be in London and Birmingham and Manchester and a few places. But yeah, if you have recommendations on like the non-touristy stuff to see, let me know. Right. And then I'll be going over to Australia again in next year, April. Melbourne for and then I'll be jumping over to what's the place called? Tasmania? Yeah, Tasmania. All right. Hey Lusayo, nice to see you. Okay. All right. We'll be in Sydney, but I'll be in Melbourne and Tasmania. Sydney's boring. I mean, Sydney is very businessy, right? So it's not much stuff to do after hours, right? Oh, Birmingham. Oh, Birmingham, right? Yeah. Maybe you might chance upon it there. It's a big place. It's a big place, right? Um. Anyway, you're super gold, so you can fly anywhere you want, right? Okay. All right. Now let's begin today's session. Muhammad, nice for you tune in, right? I see a lot of the familiar names. Marcelo, thanks for tuning in. I see your message there. All right, cool stuff, man. Now, last week I say went pretty well. We caught the drop on DXY, which formed the basis of the drop on dollar franc. The rise on euro dollar, the rise on pound dollar, right? I could have done. I think dollar yen. I need to check it out. Did we get it right? But we got a lot of the levels right. Calls last week. Not 100% weak this week. I say maybe a 70-80% hit rate. So we're pretty good. We are still keeping up the good numbers. I haven't seen a week where we got everything wrong yet, or the majority of our calls wrong, right? So it'll be fun. Another fun week. Yeah. So yeah, for those of you guys, it's our weekly pre-market live analysis, right? My name is Desmond, taking you through today's session, right? We look at the key fundamentals and technical setups to look out for. Okay. No plan to visit Zambia yet, right? But yeah, for Singapore, you can visit a lot of places, right? Thank you, Nick. Yeah, it's good stuff. Now I'm left with a little bit of a stress to think, what am I going to do with DXY next? It's fun. Okay, remember, guys. Disclaimer: everything in this webinar is educational in nature, so nothing should be construed as investment or trading advice. Please do your own due diligence before you guys trade. All right. And the agenda for today, as usual, right? We're just going to take a look at what happened previously last week, what we expect is going to happen this week. Like key news events this week to look out for. Might not have a forecast on it, but usually what are key events to look out for, right? The analysis on the majors, and of course, custom requests. So I already see a request for pound dollar come through. Signal Mark, nice to see you tune in. All right, thanks for tuning in nice and early. Okay, now introducing your host for today, guys. Who is this person who comes and present every week, right? Is Desmond Leong, right? I run the award-winning research firm Everest Fortune Group and also the Forex Army, finalists for 2019, 2020, and 2021 for best FX and best equity research. Okay. Work with many of the major financial institutions out there, helping them forecast where the markets are heading. But with a special partnership with IC Markets, we're bringing you guys the good stuff, the juicy stuff. And when it comes from me, it's really, really going to be good. All right. Want to find me on Instagram? You can follow me on Comfy Desmond. Otherwise, the Forex Army is where I'm revamping the site. Might be creating a few more indicators, right? A few live trading room mini courses and stuff, right? So do check it out, right? As in the process of doing that. Okay, request a euro dollar gold. All right, good stuff, good stuff. All right. Now, the key stats from last week. All right, I'll be going through this. I prepared this beforehand, right? Because I previously I think we were jumping around a lot. And one of the feedbacks that you guys gave me, I'll say, yeah, let's power through the key fundamentals, right? Hey Watson, right? We'll power through the key fundamentals and in a more structured way, right? So I think the key thing to take note last week is that the consumer price inflation in the US slowed to 3%, right? It's the lowest rate since March 2021, right? And lower than the expected 3.1%, right? Core inflation also decreased. So inflation has been decreasing. PPI, right? It's basically it measures inflationary pressure before it hits the consumer. So a smaller than expected increase, which is good for them also, right? That means inflation has been decreasing, expected inflation has been decreasing. US wholesale prices rose by 0.1%, right? Core wholesale prices, right, slowed down to 2.6% as expected, right? So the good news is that a lot of this inflation, right, I say has been slowing down a little bit ahead of the curve, right? But you always need to be a little bit wary because I feel like with rate hikes, right? With rate hikes, it has a little bit of a lagging effect. So by the time the rate hikes, the effect of the rate hikes actually kick in, that's where you see inflation going down, right? So now we're seeing it go down a little bit more, right? There was a non-farm payroll on Friday, right? U.S. economy added 209,000 jobs in June, slightly below the market consensus of 225,000 jobs, right? But despite all this, right, it's unlikely that the Fed will be deterred from raising the Fed funds target rate on July 26th. So it's not this week, it'll be next week, all right? So this week's releases, at least all the news that's coming this week, is unlikely to alter the Fed's decision to push rates higher by 25 basis points later this month, right? Notable things to take note this week is that the Fed speak will be on pause as Fed officials enter their blackout period 15 to 27 July ahead of the Fed rate decision, okay? Key things to take note of, right? And then of course over in the UK, right? I think the wages showed significant growth, 7.3% increase last 3 months, compared to 7.1, 7.2. Don't need to focus too much on this, right? All the important thing to take note of, right? This is what happened in the past week, right? Just a quick 1 minute recap for you guys to take note of, right? Wage growth, same for the same period, right? Unemployment rate saw a small rise, rising to 4%, right, in May, from 3.8 and from 3.8, right? These are the few key things to focus on, right? Inflation data for June, right, is definitely a key thing that we want to look for. Headline and core inflation is expected to slow down, right? Year-on-year headline inflation is also expected to cool to 8.3%. Previously it was 8.7. Core annual inflation expected to slow to 7%, right? And then of course a significant deviation upwards in the inflation rate this week could influence the Bank of England's decision, right, to increase the rate by 50 basis points. Those are key things to take note of, right? As of now, short-term interest rate markets have a 60% chance of a further 50 basis points hike, right, which could bring it to 5.5%. Right, terminal rate currently projected to reach about 6.18% early 2024, and kind of maintain the level for most of the year. Okay, so these are all important things. Of course, all the meetings are all going to be pretty important before the BOE's meeting on 3rd of August. Okay, these were the key things. These were the key fundamentals to take note of. We powered through them, right? From your feedback that a lot of you guys were sharing with me, right? You want me to power through the fundamentals, and then we jump to the juicy technicals. Okay, all right. I will take a look at a yen. All right. Need me in Nigeria. Maybe one day I make a trip down. Right. Alien Joe, nice to see you tune in, man. As usual, guys. As usual. All right. You want to head over. All right. See if I have it over here. I see markets playlist, right? And then we go through last week's calls and we update them along the way. That's a fun thing that we do over here. All right, we get it right, it's amazing. We get it wrong, it's stressful. Okay. So last week, all right. Last week, the first thing we're gonna look at is Bitcoin. We were waiting for Bitcoin to break the 29923 level. Can I maximize this? Yeah. We're waiting for Bitcoin to break the 29923 level. It did not break that level. And I think the important thing to take note of, right? So we highlighted the support here, right? And we highlighted the resistance here. We can see, right? We can see that price actually fluctuated between the levels very nicely. So that is the key thing that I want to tell you guys about doing good support and resistance, right? Doing good analysis. Okay. Okay, I'll definitely take a look at DEX, right? So that's the key thing about highlighting these kind of support and resistance levels, right? Even though price doesn't break it, right? Notice that I wasn't exactly calling for a bounce last week, but I was calling for fluctuations between the levels, and if you break this level, it will trigger a move down. Okay, so that worked out very nicely. It did not break that level, right? And so this is one of the important approaches to technical analysis, knowing the key support levels, because once you know them, right, then you know whether it's a bullish, bearish, or you need what I call a downside or upside confirmation, right? So in this case, we needed a downside confirmation. Only when price broke this level, then we trigger the move down. Okay, got a question from my Freedom Blueprint, right? Do the fundamentals drive your analysis? No, fundamentals don't drive my analysis. Fundamentals, it's important to know them that they're coming, right? Because, in my opinion, of the volatility that it brings, right? If like non-farm payroll, interest rate announcements, inflation numbers and stuff like that, it has a big significance in causing a lot of volatility. If you are trading on the H1 time frame, on the H4 time frame, usually on the H1 time frame and below, that volatility will cause you a lot of mayhem. What do I mean by that? Let's just take a look at euro dollar, right? So I think this was the non-farm payroll announcement, right? Look at euro dollar on the non-farm payroll announcement. This is literally, sorry, not this one. Sorry, I need to go to the previous one. Alrighty. Okay. Just to show you what I mean by a little bit of context. All right, let's go to maybe 15-minute chart. Okay, let's go to non-farm payroll announcement. The unemployment rate over here. Okay, I'm going to draw a line over here. See, we are on the 15-minute chart here. This is how big the candle looks on the 15-minute chart, right? Just to put things into context, right? I got a price range here, right? I believe the price range is from here, from 15-minute chart, and it comes all the way up to here. Okay, just to put things into context. Now, if I go into the 5-minute chart, on the 5-minute chart, it does look pretty wild too, right? This move. Wait, hold on a bit, right? I got my cat Leia who is trying to play with a toy over here, as you can see. Leia, cat is no. Sorry. There's one of the toys lying around and she wanted to play with it. All right, yeah, so put this in context, right? It's a huge move that you're seeing here. On the 5-minute and the 15-minute, you can see it's a big move. Once you go to the 1 hour chart, it is still a big move, right? But you notice that the candle is a lot smaller, right? The candle's a lot smaller, right? I probably can highlight the candle here, right? This is probably the size of the candle, okay, the size of the candle, and go into the 4 hour chart. This candle is just like any other candle. You notice, right? On the 4 hour chart, this little movement here, you wouldn't have said, wow, non-farm payroll, it really caused big movement, right? It did cause a big movement, right? But it's kind of just shake things up a bit, right? So the volatility, right, on the 4 hour chart, and of course on the 1 day chart, right? You can't even see it on the 1 day chart, you know what I mean, right? But on the 4 hour chart, really small. On a 1 hour chart, slightly bigger, right? But it's not going to be something that can really wipe you out, okay? So the volatility that this kind of news events bring, I think if you're on the trading anything below 1 hour and below, right? Oh, watermark. I can put in a watermark. Good question. Good suggestion, rather. I'll put on a watermark very, very lightly, right? Not too heavy because the watermark kind of messes a bit with my layer. No, watermark, right. Watermark kind of messes a bit with the color. I just gonna put it like that maybe. So you guys are able to see it, I think, right? So right, yeah. Or maybe it's a little bit tough to see, right? Just to bump it up a bit, the color a bit. Okay, again, I don't want it to affect my analysis too much. I actually think the watermark kind of affects my analysis, right? I don't like the colors it has. Okay. Now, sorry. Okay, so back to analysis here. Let's look at we look at Bitcoin. What can we expect on Bitcoin this week, right? Still major levels, right? On Bitcoin. Thankfully, it's still between these levels. So the same thing holds for Bitcoin. You know, only if it breaks this level, then it trigger a move down. Okay, only it breaks this level. We highlighted this level resistance very nicely. A lot of people after sawing this move, right, was saying that Bitcoin would shoot to the moon, right? But we highlighted this resistance very nicely. How we got it is the 100% Fibonacci projection starting point here, sorry, 61.8 middle point there, ending point here, 61.8 Fibonacci projection that has been holding prices very well. Okay, now Ethereum, I don't think we made a forecast for Ethereum. Yeah, we didn't make a forecast for Ethereum last week. If I were to kind of take a quick look at it now, Ethereum, got resistance there. It's a bit tricky. Technically, this level is a pretty big level if you stretch it back this way, right? It's not a small level to play with, rather, right? So I probably put it this here. These are key levels to look out for Ethereum. I still do think that just like on like Bitcoin is facing that little bit of resistance. Our support level, it looks terrible, honestly. Support level looks terrible. I can't for the life of me find a good support level. This is probably the best we got, and it's not that great, right? So I say, right, a little bit in the middle of nowhere for Ethereum, right? A little bit above here, a little bit below here. The move, just like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, you're kind of in between these two levels. You need either one to be broken to trigger move down. Same thing as Ethereum. I say there's a lot of indecision. Unless someone's holding is forcing you, right, to take this trade, I'd rather stay out of the crypto trades. It's not as clear, right? Yeah, I think it is, Nick. I think it is. All right. DXY, which forms the basis of our calls, right? So we had a call last week on DXY, right? We're forecasting for it to drop all the way down to the major support level, right? So, and it did drop all the way down, as you can see over here, right? Price dropped all the way down to our major support level over here. It actually broke that support level and came down to our second support level over here and is holding quite nicely. Now, what do we expect from DXY first? Okay. Same thing, descending resistance continue to push it down. It has now broken from this level. This is the breakout level, okay? So definitely for sure, this could be the re-entry point breakout level. Now, let me just try to find another support level. Let me try to find a support level, okay? I usually jump to the higher time frame just to try to find that level. Because 61.8 there, which honestly is a bit far away. Oh man, broke the 100%. Ay, ay, ay. Well, there isn't a very clear level. But we did forecast previously. Remember the Elliott wave structure? 1, 2, 3. Remember I said this was 4 and then we're going down for 5. Right? So good money for those of you guys who were on the right side of DXY dropping. Right? This was the corrective wave ABC. Right? And this was the alternate count correction ABC. Good amount of money, I guess. But damn, technically, right, if you do calculate wave 5 target, right, it's usually down to wave 3. You come here and you do a 61.8 projection down. So there is a potential for the wave 5 target to actually drop a lot further. Heads up on this, right? That's a heads up on you guys, right? Damn. Let me see. There has to be a nearer target. Okay, we got the 61 there. I do think we might see 100% kind of projection that takes prices all the way down to here, but it is a very, very weak level, okay? It's a 100% projection that comes down this way, right? Little bouncy, bounce, bounce. Okay, now what the move that we could be expecting, right? This would be my first support level, right? This would be my first support level over here. I will just bring this over here. This will be a first support level and it will be highlighted. Okay, I'll highlight this level over here. Sorry. Thanks for the insights, Yosei. Right, I do think what we might see this week is that we might see a smaller bounce up, right? We might see a smaller bounce up towards first resistance. And ideally, we should be looking for the first resistance to play the move down, right? So this week, right, it's a little bit difficult. This is a low probability chance, right? It's a low probability chance, right? But I would be looking at definitely looking for re-entries because I do think that we are going to go on a long ride down, right? A long ride down for DXY. Okay, so look for re-entries, right? That'll be the thing I'm looking for DXY. Okay, very nice descending resistance, nice bearish Ichimoku, right? Nice breakout level over here. This breakout level was a big level, right? So it finally broke out. Usually what happens is that price tends to retrace a bit, right? I think we could be at the 127% too. Yep, just about that. Price tends to retrace a bit before making a further move, making a further move down. Okay, I won't be so bold as to call move beyond there, but I do think the 61.8% retracement over here will be enough to see prices make a small bounce. Okay, now let's then take a look. Right, let's then take a look at euro dollar. I think we got euro dollar right. Okay, euro dollar. Last week our view on euro dollar, I think that yeah, if it needed to break, we figured it would rise, right, using Elliott structure. I probably drew the Elliott structure somewhere. Maybe not in this one, yeah, but we forecasted euro dollar rise to 1.0080 and then rise up further to 1.1072, right? We can see, right, that price very nicely, right, price very nicely from this resistance. You can see this was a move that we had, right? This was the move that we had, and then this was the move after it broke that level to travel up to there. No, I think the other way. Sorry, this was the move that we had, and then this was the move that we had, right? So We were still very, very right for a lot of the levels, right? You can see that we were forecasting it to rise to 1.1072, and it did rise to 1.1072. Of course, it rose a lot further, but that I think that is why we actually need a midweek analysis, right? I will check out the survey results. I think we got almost 100% unanimous. Everyone wants a midweek analysis, right? I'll go check it out later, but it will have allowed me to update you guys a little bit sooner. But for those of you guys, right, who got in on this setup, along with DXY and Euro Dollar, good amount of pips that you guys are making, good amount of money. Congratulations. Okay. Yeah, Euro Dollar making so much money, so good. But let's now go into analysis mode again. Okay, sometimes when big levels have been broken, what I then do is I just clear up everything, right? Just clear up everything and try to refocus and realign. Am I missing anything? Right? Don't think, I think the 100%. Oh man, it's right 100%. This makes things trickier. It's around 100%. Man, oh man. Which it's right at 61 too. Shoots, man. I mean, it's good. It makes my conviction for the bounce on it makes my conviction for the bounce on for the reversal on DXY a lot stronger. Okay. I do think that it should a we could see a reversal to this level first. This will be the first support. This would be first resistance. First resistance is right here. Okay, first resistance is right here, as you can see over here. I do think nice bit of reversal this week. Not this week, maybe next few days, right? But given the amount of Fibonacci, right, a slightly lower confidence, but I do think that we could be seeing price drop down to here first, before bouncing up. So what I like is that in terms of correlation, right, we're seeing kind of like the same thing. DXY will rise before it drops, right? Two big levels that we're seeing over there, right? Euro dollar will drop before it rise. So for this week, DXY strength, right? Should be expecting DXY strength before weakness. Let's hope we get it right again. Oh, every time it gets it right, it makes my life reviewing analysis so much easier, right? I don't need to be like, oh man, here comes the people with the pitchforks that have been waiting in the background. Right, but yeah, we've been getting it right and again and again and again, right? So good stuff. Good amount of money for you guys who got it right. Okay, so this will be the key level. In terms of the second support, if you guys need to find a level, no really obvious level here. Just put a simple second support over here. Now, what is the tough thing to find is the second resistance, right? That would be the tough level to find. It is so tough that I can't find it. The level is probably about over here, but it'll be a little bit hard to see on the 1 day time frame, right? So this would probably be the level I'm looking out for, or rather the resistance area I'm looking out for on the 1 day time frame. On the second resistance, no clear level until that level. Okay, so if you need a second resistance for your trade, this will be the level that we're going out for. Okay, now pound dollar. Yeah, pretty sure I did a pound dollar analysis last week, man. Did I not have a pound dollar analysis? Oh crap. Never mind. Okay, we look at pound dollar right after dollar franc. The reason is because dollar franc has been the leading indicator in some sense for us, right? Last week you can see that dollar franc, we're looking for a breakout. 88. Right, we're looking for a breakout on dollar franc for it to go down, right? It actually broke out and went a lot further, right? So it broke out and went a lot further. Now it's so target reached last week. Now what can we expect this week rather? I suspect this could be 100% projection. Here to here to here, right? Price is just pretty close to that 100% projection over here. Okay, if we tweak these levels, this little channel a bit more, right, it could be approaching a little bit of a support level over there. Now, I will not use this support because a descending channel, right, a lesson for you guys, descending channel ain't that useful for finding support. It's more useful when you're finding resistance. You're finding resistance. So this is what a descending channel is good for. Descending channels are not good for the other side, right? Where you're finding support levels over here, descending channels, not good. Right, imagine it's like a slippery slope, right? You got a slippery slope going down. It's very tough to find support on a slippery slope. Okay, so that's why for even though you notice that the channel kind of looks like it is over here, I will not consider it, right, in my analysis as a supporting argument of whether it is good or bad, right? Because it's a slippery slope, so kind of stay away from it. Okay, 100% projection all the way down there. Let me just map out a few other Fibonacci. I'm not seeing anything, guys. I'm not seeing anything. Let me see. Wow, the next key support level is pretty far away. No, far away, but not too far away. Down here as second support. First resistance, definitely put it over here. This would be the first resistance. A lot of people might make the mistake to put the first resistance over here, but I would say this is the key level that we're looking out for, okay? This would be the first resistance. And very tricky. 127 is way. I wouldn't consider this 127 a year. Oh man, the movement on dollar franc is not as clear as the rest, right? For the last few weeks, we've been relying on dollar franc to be the main driver of the analysis, right? In this case, this week less. I do think it's 100% projection here, but it's not a good level, right? It's not a good level. Very, 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 very weak level. You know, if we likely to break this, but because dollar franc we're expecting a bounce, we could expect this. No, DXY expecting a bounce, we could expect the same thing on dollar franc. Okay, I'll take a look at gold in a bit. All right. Right, so we could be. I'll be a little bit more neutral, but there's a decent chance that price might come down here. I'm sorry, price might come down here and make a small little bounce towards first resistance, the same way DXY has. Okay, now I know a lot of people are requesting for gold. Last week we forecasted gold. If it doesn't break the first, we forecasted gold to break through 1934 level to rise up to 1978. We actually caught a bounce above the 1906 level, right? So it has worked out quite nicely, right? Price bounced up from here, right? It broke this level and it's rising up. Good money again, right? Good money. Now, what do we do with that money? When I come to London, you treat me to a nice meal. I'm kidding, kidding. Right, but I hope you guys have been on the right side on a lot of our calls. All right. Let me just think what's gonna happen on gold. It's always the trickiest one, right? It's always the trickiest one. Um, Definitely first resistance over here. Support level ain't that nice. The support ain't that nice. The recent movements levels, right? Solomon, so I completely expect a bottle of whiskey being shipped to my office, all right? I should have this thing, right? If we used to have it. I'm not sure if any of you OGs, you guys who attended the webinars in the past, right? You guys would send me bottles of whiskey, right? Whenever we had a very, very good week, right? And my office would be filled with whiskey. And then I'll do those tasting tests live, right? For everyone, right? And give my feedback on on how good the whiskey is. And then I think uh, at the rate we're going, I might become an alcoholic, right? So I kind of slow it down a bit. Okay. Okay, so second support over here. Now, big resistance. I will consider the big resistance over here. Touches. Now, notice I in this level I didn't put it slightly higher. All right, I didn't put it slightly higher. All right, because when I put it slightly lower, it allows me to catch this little spike over here. Okay. Um, Calvin, you're late. All right, but it's okay. At least you tuned in right before we're ending. Okay. Just remember to watch the replay. It should be immediately available, right? I think the call this week, fingers crossed, it's a very big control run call, right? But a bounce on the XY, right? The whole world will be calling for the drop, but I'm gonna call a little bit of a bounce from here. If I get it right, we'll throw a mini celebration. Okay. So yeah. So gold, right? Gold, man. I do think it might continue to strengthen, but if you didn't get in here, it's a little bit late, right? So I do think, right, it might come up to here. Let me map out some Fibonacci. 50%. I do think it might rise up to there, right? And maybe more like seeing a smaller reversal from there. That'd probably be more of the idea, right? Is this level is a good level. It technically can be cited further back all the way down to here, but it makes the chart very, very messy. So I'm just going to put it over here. Along with the 50% projection, and could it be 100%? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? 100% is slightly higher, right? But yeah, it could see a fair amount of resistance over here. All right, fair amount of resistance over here. Yeah, Ruben, it's the first time seeing it though, right? As a lot more new people who are tuning in. If it is your first time here, please say hi. And of course, along with the country that you're tuning in from, right? Yeah, I do think that yeah, our views every week we get actually quite a number of views every week, right? But sometimes it's because people can't tune in on a weekend, or if you're from Singapore like me or in Asia, it is yeah 4:45 a.m. here and it started at 4 a.m. So a lot of people can't tune in, right? Yeah, so if it's your first time here, guys, right, let me know where you're tuning in from. Say hi, of course, right? It'd be nice to see you guys. Now, so that'll be the view for gold, right? A reversal of the 1979 level. Okay. Pound dollar, right? Yes, guys, if you can, before I forget, thanks for reminding me, Nick. Guys, help me smash the like button. YouTube algorithm really likes it, right? And if you found this video useful, of course, only if you find it useful, please smash the like button. It really helps me, right? Get our message out on the market analysis to more people, right? So I really appreciate that. All right, we were calling for the bounce on euro dollar, I think 2 weeks ago above this level. We'll say go down and then go up, right? You can scroll 2 weeks back. You should be able to see the analysis on pound dollar for that, okay? So it's a pretty good call. Now let's because pound dollar is one of the big instruments that we need to look at. I will have to take a look at this, right? Just let me map out some stuff. Oh, it's not at levels are not as clear. It is approaching the very key 100% though. And I do like, it's a little bit hard to see. I do like the level. I really like the resistance level over here. That'll be my first big resistance, okay? I do think price would reverse from this level. I rather have a high degree of, a slightly higher degree of confidence that we might see a little bit of a reversal from this level for pound dollar, a reversal from there, okay? Let me fine tune the Fibonacci a bit more. right? So we're getting the exact levels, the correct points. As with Fibonacci, I always tell my team that, you need to be very, very accurate with it. 100% there, right? So we could start seeing a little bit of a reversal from here. It's a lot clearer on the weekly time frame, right? You can see that this level has been respected many times in the past, right? But yeah, the 100% resistance level is a level that we're going to look out for. We could see a reversal. Let's see. Oh, Marcelo, hey. Love Switzerland. I visited there a couple of years ago. Um, Geneva. I went to Geneva. A really nice place. The McDonald's there, the McNuggets are very expensive. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I think I was still in school, right? Many years back, right? I went to Switzerland. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to get here. I'm going to get McDonald's, right? And that blew my budget for the day, right? Just McDonald's. All right. We got no, Afesuku, right? From Nigeria. Nice to see you here, right? What we could expect for pound dollar is probably a reversal from the top, down to first support. Okay, this is a little bit hard to call anything beyond this, right? Second support probably be down here. Yeah, second support probably be down here. But yeah, we probably calling this move and the first resistance over here. All right. Mm. Candlestick trading. So Ruben has a question, right? Are candlestick patterns good for trading along with various confluences? Candlestick, as in another term for candlestick, is price action, right? And price action is good for price action is good when you're in the thick of the action. Okay. Yeah, when you're in the thick of the action, you get to see when price is right about over here, right? And then you see price form a very nice like shooting star kind of formation. Then it gives you more confidence that this bearish move will work out, right? So price action is more useful. It's more useful when you're in the thick of the action, right? There and then, a key deciding point is a little bit bullish, it's a little bit bearish, But if the a nice bearish shooting star is formed or bullish engulfing candle, right? I have a course on this. I did a webinar on this before, right? It actually helps you make the decision there and then on the spot better, right? I don't think it's very useful to forecast levels, but it's more useful when you're in the thick of the action. Okay, right? I think pound dollar will continue. So I think a lot of it, it is things are lining up, right? I mean, if you're expecting DXY weakness, which mean that we should expect euro dollar bounce, a drop and bounce, pound dollar a drop and a bounce, dollar franc a drop, right? Dollar yen, right? Dollar yen, I think it's the one level which we ignore what I just drew earlier, right? I'll just highlight it in terms of support and resistance levels, right? It's on this key support level over here. Unpopular opinion, but we might be seeing a bounce on dollar yen. Why I like it is because it's on a key. I'm not wrong. It's 38. Is it? Yeah, key 50% support down here. Key 50% Fibonacci support level and a very nice Fibonacci projection level. I mean, 100% is slightly lower, right? But for sure, right? 50% is over there, 100% is over there, right? Nice bit of support that we're seeing, right? We could be seeing a nice little bounce above this level, right? And if you want to play it safe, right? I wouldn't be so confident to call the move all the way up to here. It's a little bit of a bold move, but I do think minimally it should be able to rise up to this level, at least for this week. A nice little bounce from this level to come up to here, right? In terms of the 1561, it's a little bit hard to find any other support levels. 61 ain't that great. Not the best level, but the second support level would be over here. Okay, the second support level will be over here. Not the best levels, right? But 50%, I'll be thinking of a bounce above here, right? Above this level to push prices up to first resistance, right? This would more or less be my view for the week, right? Nice little bit of bullish Ichimoku cloud on price also, right? So we could potentially see something there. And if I'm not sure if RXI shows anything. Nope, it doesn't show anything, so we don't bother. Okay, but yeah, a nice little bounce we're expecting on dollar yen. Oh, Zurich, good stuff. Yes, DEX. Big request for DEX. So let me just take a look at DEX. The DEX, right? I think I got it wrong this week, as in last week. One of the few ones that I got wrong, I think. One of the very few ones that I got wrong. Right. I think it was going to break out, but did not break out with enough confidence. Um, I would still highlight this as a big major first resistance to look at. Right? I mean, price has repeatedly failed to break this level, right? This level over here failed repeatedly to break this level 3 times, 4 times. It's coming up maybe a fifth time, right? So this level definitely look to play the reversal below this level. Play the reversal below this level, right? Probably for a move down, right? Not too ambitiously down to the first support. Let me just see higher time frame. Nope. Yep. Nothing to look at, right? So I do think, right, at least for the short term this week, it's very we are close enough to the resistance to try to kind of sell on strength to play the reversal from 16290 level. Okay, we got dollar cat. Oh, request for dollar cat coming through. Okay. Can't remember what I called. I don't think pound yen moved much, right? I don't think pound yen moved much. Yeah, it hasn't moved much. Or has it? Let me check pound yen a bit. Let me look at dollar cat first. Oh man, dollar cat is tough, man. Dollar cat is tough. Well, I can find this support level. But I can't find anything else. Um, 61 is down here. I'll leave the 78% there. I think is relevant. I don't think I did Kiwi and Aussie dollar yet. Oh man, really, really difficult, man. Dollar cat is crap, man. Second resistance up here. First resistance, not too big a fan. Ah man, that this level looks terrible for first resistance. No, I can't use it. I don't have good levels. I don't have a good resistance level for dollar cat. People would think this level, but because of this movement here, it's a little bit out, right? I'm not too big a fan of that messiness, right? I really had the first resistance, first support here. I can't call with enough confidence a good level, and that is an important thing about trading. You must know when to sit on that. You must know when to sit on the sidelines. If the side, you really need to know when to sit on the sidelines. If there's no nice levels, don't try to force it. Okay, no nice levels, don't try to force it. Yeah, if so, a question for my freedom blueprint. How do I determine what pairs are going to trade? The pairs that have the most number of correlations lining up, right, and the clearest ones, right, like DXY, Euro dollar, dollar franc, and dollar yen, all pretty nice, right? If you're expecting a bounce on DXY, we should be seeing the same thing on dollar yen. Should be seeing a drop on Euro dollar first. Should be seeing a drop on dollar franc. So it's all kind of lining up nicely, right? That's how I decide. For pairs like that where it's too choppy, I stay out of it. Remember, guys, we got so many markets. We got so many markets to trade and make money, right? So I almost lost my voice there. Yeah, we got so many markets to trade and make money. No point trying to squeeze out a trade on a suboptimal kind of market structure. Okay, if it's not clear, stay away from it. Right, plenty of other things to trade. Pound yen bounced from the support level. We highlighted quite nicely, I think. Right, about there. Back on resistance, if you want. Hard to say, really, really hard to say, but I'm guessing you could play a reversal from this resistance level. But it kind of goes against the yen weakness that we're expecting. So I'm not too sure. An interesting thing to note is you want to find the direction of pound yen. You find the direction of pound dollar, right, which is a drop, and a direction on yen, which is a rise. So technically, what you should be seeing is that pound yen should be, sorry, I just lost my train of thoughts. We're expecting like pound weakness, we're expecting yen strength, right? So technically, right, the yen weakness, it might negate itself out, right? That's why pound yen's in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, pound yen's in the middle of nowhere. It's a bit tough. Maybe a reversal from here. Let's focus on a few other things. Dow Jones, not much changes on the Dow, right? Not much changes on the Dow. Still a major resistance. Cool, right? We still got the level right. Kiwi dollar finally broke out. Let me just take a quick look on Kiwi dollar. Okay, major levels over here, right? Hopefully, we could be seeing a reversal on Kiwi dollar for reversal, and if price does reverse, back down to this support level for sure. All right, back down to this support level. Next key resistance is all the way up here for the second resistance. Yeah, for the second resistance up there. First resistance, second resistance. Yeah, we could be seeing a nice little bit of reversal back down to here. Okay, previous kind of reversals that happened all kind of happened, right? I think the big one happened at this level, kind of similar to this level, so you want to use advanced RSI. I have an indicator that does it, but you can map out where the previous reversals tend to happen, right? And history tends to repeat itself, right? To a certain degree, right? And so yeah, if it was all about over here, maybe slightly lower, right? I would kind of forecast this as level, right? So we could see a reversal on Kiwi dollar, right? Short term, all right. Aussie dollar, same thing on Aussie dollar, I guess, right? Big levels over here, big resistance over here, right? So we could see the same kind of reversal. The support level for Aussie dollar is a lot trickier. Not sure how to draw it. The support level, not too big a fan of it this way, right? But definitely a reversal for Aussie dollar. Not the best level. So I can put it over here. Okay, it breaks it. It drops further down to second support. right? But if it doesn't break it, right, the next big level is over here. Okay, guys. Now, I think that's it for me for today's analysis, right? Thanks for hanging out, right? It's 5 a.m. Gonna try to get some shut eye before before the next before I wake up. You can join Keaton. I believe today is Keaton. You can join him in today's session. He'll be covering more the fundamentals. So I'm very heavy on the technicals. Keaton covers more the fundamental views for this week. Very, very good combination that we have, right? Live trading session, 12 and a half hours from now. All right. Thank you, Leandro. Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, Nick. Right. Help me smash the like button if you can. And yes, if you haven't filled up the Survey Monkey link, not sure where is the Survey Monkey link. Right. I need to find it. But if you haven't filled up the Survey Monkey link, yes, on whether we want a midweek market analysis, right? To kind of update you guys on where the markets are heading. Let me know. No, how do I do this? Right? Do I go continue Google? I don't think I have the link anymore. Let me send you guys a link. But what you can do, right? What you can do is you can. How is it now? No, sorry, wrong one. We have another one, right? Oh, this is the wrong one. Sorry. With another feedback link, right? I can't remember how far back I pasted it, but I'm just gonna find it and um you know what? Forget it, right? They require all these verification codes and stuff, right? Thank you very much for staying through today's session, right? Really appreciate it, guys, right? Yeah, yes, I know, Nick, right? I'll try to get that up as soon as possible. Okay. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Let's hope this week is a great week, right? Of us getting the right calls. Really, really hoping that it turns out nicely, right? Thanks as usual for joining me. The mornings will be very boring, right? The mornings will be very boring without you guys hanging around with me, right? So you can see this is my next country. Where is it? Here. Yeah. If I'm not wrong, this should be that should be a Big Ben, I think, right? Yeah, so I got London, right? So I'll be visiting London in September. If you guys got any recommendations for me, right, the non touristy recommendations, I'll be visiting UK rather. So there'll be London, Birmingham, Manchester, and a few others that my wife listed down, right? So let me know. Okay. Right. Thank you, Paul. Right. Thank you everyone for tuning in. It has been a great session. Hit rates as usual really high. So you're making great money. You should be making great money, right? And you should be buying me whiskey. Yeah, right. Kidding. All right. Okay. That's it for me. Thank you very much, guys. Stay safe. Trade safe. Peace out, guys. Peace out. I'll catch you guys in the next session. Okay. If you want, you can write into marketing at icmarkets.com.au and let them know any requests that you have, whether it's a midweek analysis or feedback. You can also do that. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Stay safe, right? Yeah, stay safe, trade safe. Bye bye.